Hello, hello, howdy, welcome, happy new year. Fun fact, happy new year. So yeah, I was gonna say, fun fact, I don't have like a widget or a window open telling me how many viewers I have. I feel like that would just psych me out to like see it go up and down and stuff. So I just I just don't. But so that does mean until there's like the first chat in stream, I can't know if anyone is there. And so usually, if a little fun factoid, if you are one of the first members in stream, and if you chat first, you are the reason that I know that I can start talking with confidence. So perhaps the only instance where typing first is actually useful. But yes, Happy New Year! I think it's the new year for at least the States, and I'm pretty sure Japan it was New Year earlier. I think they're ahead of the States? Question mark. So I don't know where it might be. Not quite the New Year yet, but I'll let you know. The future is looking cloudy. And I cannot figure out if I'm warm or cold today. So that's what you got in store for 2024. If I remember correctly, the States is one of the last to enter the new year. It makes sense, I feel like. Looking at how the time zones are allocated, like, we're situated pretty far west in that regard, so yeah, it does make sense. Warm and cold equals wold. Yep, it's a real nightmare. It's like when your fingers are chilly, but you're sweating, and it's like, what do I do? Calm. But yeah, howdy. I haven't seen you in golly, it's been an eternity since I saw you all last. Japan's 14 hours ahead of EST for reference. What a shame that America itself has like 4,000 time zones. If I'm looking over here, I'm keeping an eye on Allison's rat son Pippin being a little Snoopy Sandra over there. 4 time zones. In the States, it feels like there's too many. It feels like there's so many more than that. Stop that. Stop. Go sit down. Pippin the rat. Oh shit. A rat. What's the plan for today? Yep, just chilling. We got so much to chat about. I've been gone for damn near, it feels like it's been like 2 weeks. A week and a half. So we gotta chit chat magoo about everything that's happened. American Samoa is the last to enter 2024. What is their current time? Do we know? Also, I probably pronounced that incorrectly. Especially sneaking when you're traveling and suddenly you're an hour ahead or behind. Exactly. 4 in the continental US, but I'm pretty sure Alaska covers 2 time zones and Hawaii's in its own time zone. It's a complicated country. It's the problem of being ginormous. I'm gonna Google, is it Samoan? Is it the Samoan, time zone? Oh, Samoa, it's already 8:03 a.m. it looks like. So hooray! Everyone is in the new year. Wahoo, hooray. Congratulations us. We stood upon the earth as it made another rotation and cycle around the universe. It's just a problem we have to deal with by being the best country. We're certainly up there, I suppose. We're definitely not the worst, but it feels like that shouldn't be the bar. I'm sorry. If I like shrink or sound distant, it's because I'm continually turning to keep track of the rat sun. We are 1 year closer to the heat death of the universe. Hurrah! Finally. Alright, I think he's winding down, so we're good. But yeah, we gotta chit-chat about everyone. What did everyone get for Christmas, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever holiday you celebrate? Did the Santa Christmas holiday fairy bring you everything you wanted? Did you all get what you wanted for your winter holiday of choice? What a way to start the year, eating popcorn chicken. I've been eating, oh my gosh, Allison got an air fryer, and I've been eating popcorn chicken like it's going out of style. Have your projects been going? I have not worked on damn near anything for a week. I was on vacation. I was like, I could work on stuff, and I was like, I am tired, so... though, you know, things have been moving forward. We'll get to that. I've got a list. I've got another fun little list because I didn't want to lose track of all the things to chit-chat about. Money and clothes, but I did not wish for anything this year. Alright. Money and clothes isn't a bad collection of things to have. So that's good. Got a cool cookbook, and you moved to California. Wow, we have fun paying your very high rent. What's up? Hello, Messiah. We're talking about, did you get everything you wanted for the holidays? Got a Starbucks gift card and 2 graphic novels, or FNAF spin-off books. Ooh, fun. I think people like the spin-off books quite a bit. So, and they seem to be starting to make appearances. Like, there's a shark that's like in one of the games now. So, that's cool. We're a kielbasa on New Year's kind of family. That sounds exciting. Worked at Secret Santa. No one told me about it until a few days before Christmas. Uh-oh. Got some Transformers. Ain't got rent, luckily. Hell yeah. Bought myself a sick new microphone, so I'd say yes. It sounds like a rousing success of holiday gifts and gift givings. I'd say. Allison got me Elden Ring. I've been playing Elden Ring. I remember like last year when I was #1 Elden Ring hater, and I was like, I get that it's probably a great game, but I'm annoyed by it. I don't like it. And now here I am. I got Elden Ring for Christmas, and I've been playing it so much. And I knew it was technically a good game, but I just didn't want to like it. How you like an Elden Ring? It's accessible, I will say. So as someone who is scared to play, like, any, like, other Dark Souls or Demon Souls games, Elden Ring feels doable since it's an open world. Like, if something's too hard, I can just walk away and go in a different direction. So, yeah. That's cool. And since I'm playing it, like, a year after it came out, at least, I think it was Game of the Year last year? Maybe 2 years ago, since I'm playing it so late, like, all the answers are just right there for me. I can just, if I have ever got a question, I can just Google it. Since no one gave a present, I went and bought some Nordic runes. That is so, you're gonna, Cereza out here becoming the Dragonborn, it sounds like. Your break's about to end. Well, have fun. Don't work too hard. Enjoy yourself. Also got Street Fighter 6. Hooray! Now I can play my waifu cockfighting simulator again. I don't get Street Fighter. Pretty sure Game of the Year for 2022. Okay, oh right, so yeah, not last year, because I'm still kind of in 2023 brain, but technically the year before. Okay. You want to get some plants? You're gonna want to get some plants. Hell yeah. Allison got some fake plants. They really spruce up the kitchen. Yeah, she also re-gifted Bayonetta. You all might recall that I've mentioned that I have purchased Allison Bayonetta 3. And that I could play it. I got that for her for Christmas. Like, a year ago? 2 years ago? Something like that? it was still unopened. And she just re-gifted it to me. So I've been playing a little bit of Bayonetta. Of the things I've been playing, it has kept my attention the least. I'm gonna call it pretty mid. It's like, it's just, there's so many cutscenes, and they all kind of suck. Like, the mocapping, their faces move too much, and they move too much. The gameplay is nice, but it feels like it just keeps stopping. So Rodon can talk for too long, and so Enzo can talk for too long, and Viola can talk for too long. So, yeah, it's kind of mid. Not bad. It feels like it'll probably be a fun game to replay. Looks like there's a lot of things you can unlock by, like, finding all the hidden Jinjos and whatever. So, I'm sure I can like it. Maybe I'll stream a second playthrough. I don't know. It's not particularly stream friendly, but there is, like, streamer mode. But boy howdy, the cutscenes are just so long and boring. Bayo 3 does feel most like a magical girl game than the other two. I think it's just her outfit that kind of gives that feeling, personally. And it's a very cute outfit. I like it a lot. Even if it does make her look less cool, but Bayo can do whatever she wants. Jean, her friend, the Platinum Witch, like her friends in humongous air quotes, her girlfriend, she looks so bad. Her design for this game is so not good. I think they did Jean dirty. She is not giving, personally. Yeah, I saw that you can customize the I don't know how to get halos. I'll have to Google that. So yeah, I gotta Google, like, how to unlock all the giblets I need to get the cool outfit customization colors. Figure out which one looks the best so I can work on getting that. But yeah, I've just, between playing Elden Ring and Bayonetta, I'm gonna pick Elden Ring, apparently. And if I'm not gonna play Elden Ring, then I'm gonna be playing the Pokemon DLC. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil the story, but the Indigo Disc DLC came out, and I did finish the main story for that, and it was very, very good. I liked it a whole lot. I like this game a whole lot, and I like Pokemon a whole lot. So you all should get it and play it and have a great time. Also, the gameplay is really fun. I can talk about gameplay. So you go into a terrarium with, like, sections kind of themed after different locales that kind of work seasonally. It's good shit. It's good shit. It's the same as the base gameplay. However, I haven't seen anybody talking about this. How can I play it? I don't have a Switch. You need a Switch. It's Pokemon. It's only on the Switch. Okay, I haven't seen anybody talk about this. There's a thing you can do where you can, like, they describe it as, like, syncing up with your Pokemon. Basically, you can run around as your Pokemon. And just run around, and you can, like, do little battles with other wild Pokemon. And you can do that with any Pokemon that you have. Any of them. Not just the ones found in this new DLC, all of them. All of them that are available, like, that in the game. So, I think that's massive. It feels like a tech demo for something. I'm like, maybe this will be, like, a rescue team game where they drop the isometric kind of layout and they make it, you know, in the third person kind of a thing. So you pretended to be a shiny Pokemon to fool your friend. That's so mean. But also kind of hilarious. Speaking of shinies, I've caught a couple. I got a Cubchoo and a Pignite. And a Seadra. And Allison also caught a shiny Seadra. And it's so funny. Also, Allison's a Giga Chat, and she found, like, 400 shiny Milceries. And so obviously she texted Critter and I and was like, you want a shiny Milcery? And we were like, fuck yes. She hasn't traded it over yet, because I want the alchemy. So shiny alchemy always is black. It doesn't matter how you, usually depending on how you spin and how long and what direction, what time of day it is, if Jupiter's in retrograde, all that jazz, that'll change the color of your alchemy's, like, swirl pattern. That's how sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's white, sometimes it's rainbow, all that jazz. Okay, but shiny, no matter what, it's always black, which is pretty neato. But the sweet, you have to give Milcery a sweet, like a candy. Have it hold it, and then do the spin, and that's how it evolves. And so the sweet still changes, and I want the purple one, cause I like purple, but I can't find it anywhere, and no one knows where they are. We're all like, where the fuck is the purple ribbon candy? So that is the secret side adventure I'm dealing with. I want my shiny alchemy. Also, I want to design all of our alchemies as like pretty little magical girls. And kind of just pose them all together. That sounds cute. That sounds cute and fun. I've heard that's hell on shiny hunters due to the shiny despawning when you go back to the player. Fascinating. That does make sense. Yeah, I think if you... so, obviously if you were shiny hunting, you wouldn't be running around as a Pokemon. Because you can't catch anything like that. But I guess if you are just running around having fun and you happen to spot, oh my gosh, a shiny... Haxorus, whoa! And then it kind of blows if you can't go back to it. I really, really hope that sticks around for future mainline games, not just spin-offs. I agree. I know I haven't seen us since last year. I know, it's been forever. Like you magical girls are not gorgeous husbandos. Because because since they're all wearing black, I can make them wear gothic Lolita dresses. I know how you can get the ribbon sweep, but I don't know if you want that information. Okay, so I do know that there's like an item printer. That's something you can get in like you get a club room, and you can get a thing that makes items. And I know you can get it through that. It's just the question of where else could it be in the world? Does it even exist? Either unused or event only? Well, I just had to pick the hard one, didn't I? I'll get it. I'll get it. Twiins hunting for grape-flavored Kool-Aid packets. So, yeah, Pokemon's been super fun. I love Pokemon a whole lot. Also, fun fact, this has actually been really fucking me up, is that, this is gonna sound crazy. Elden Ring and Pokemon have a lot of things in common, actually. Let me explain. They both have features where you run around an open world, and you have a mount you can call at any time, and you pick up items off the ground. They both feature those things. However, the controls are completely different across the games, and it keeps fucking me up. I keep being like, how do I get on torrent while I'm playing Elden Ring? And then I'll be playing Pokemon and be like, okay, and now pick up item, and instead I just open my menu and I'll be like, no. It's just the item printer, just because it used to be event only in Sword and Shield. Oh, okay, I'll have to start farming blueberry points so I can get that item printer and make my Milcery dreams come true. So like Red Dead Redemption 2? Yeah. Except I didn't play that. And it's just because I've been jumping between Elden Ring and Pokemon that I've been completely fumbling my way through the controls. Happy New Year, JD. Howdy, howdy. Hope it was a good one. This is starting to sound like every open world game. I mean, there's kind of only maybe 3 different ways to do an open world game. So, oh my gosh, that's the other thing. I was like, I feel like there was another thing I wanted to say about Pokemon. Okay, put on your tinfoil hats, boys. Okay. I don't want to jinx anything, you know, knocking on wood, but I really want Arceus Legends Unova to happen. I've mentioned this before. And so, the DLC has, specifically the Indigo disc, features Unova. Like, you are technically going to a Unova school. The characters are Unovan. Some of them are related to Unova gym leaders. I won't spoil any of that, but like there's dialogue telling you that a couple of the characters you meet are children or grandchildren of characters we already know. How fun. How fun, and also so you can decorate your club room in a couple different ways. Super cute, and we were looking at all those, Allison and I, and there are so many references to Unova. There are so many, and it's like, obviously we're at a Unova school, but it feels like they really are laying it on thick how much they are acknowledging black and white games, and it all feels like it's going to culminate, like, I feel like it's happening. Not only are we due for a black and white remake anyway, but, like, I hope it's a Legends game so bad. I really do. We're talking about Pokemon, Gemini! So, yeah, I really hope that means we get more, and maybe, or, this would be hilarious, instead of a remake, like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, if they just kind of continue the trend, and they make Black and White 3? I think that'd be hilarious and awesome. Yeah, a watch streak. I noticed, yeah, Excalibur was also on a watch streak, and I'm impressed by that. Way to go, guys. Thanks for being here and watching me be cringe. Like a new Pokemon game? We were discussing the theories of a new game happening and hints to it in the DLC that recently came out. So, hooray. Hooray, hoorah. I like Pokemon. A Unovan trilogy, exactly. Now, Twins, did you do the secret cool thing after you finished the main story? I have done one secret cool thing, but Allison has informed me about a second secret cool thing. So, no. No, not quite. I'll probably be doing that later today. But I also want to draw. Oh, so, yeah, I'll figure out what I want to do. But I do like me Pokemons. So, are we going to get 200 more Pokemon? It wouldn't be for a remake. If we get 200 more Pokemon, it would be for a new series. Like a new game, a new mainline game. Gen 10 is what we'll be on, by the way. 10 generations of Pokemon. Paldea, Scarlet Violet, that's the 9th generation. We're at, like, over 1,000. I think we're at 1020 Pokemon in total right now. Golly. God damn. And I don't even know if that counts different, like, regional variants and stuff. So, boy howdy, boy howdy. I had to fly away to blow my nose. New 151 Pokemon to replace that the already existing Pokemon. Yeah, that many. Yeah, I mean, you know, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola, Galar, Paldea. That's 9. Looked away, you fell down. Looked like you fell down. It does, it does. It really does look like if I lean away real fast, it looks like I just fall. But yeah, I really like Pokemon. I'm excited for more Pokemon things. I love Pokemon. Counting forms, we have like 5 billion because of that damn spinning panda. Oh, yeah, Spinna. Those aren't really different forms though. It's just patterns. Like, they don't count as different, like, forms, I don't think. If we do, then yeah, Spinna has like 700 different patterns that it can have. But if we don't count all those, we're still pretty high up there. I think Pokemon did a count of all their Pokemon, and I believe it excluded regional variants. That does make sense. They technically are just the same thing again. Alolan Executor is still an Executor. It only becomes a new thing as if, like, it creates a new Pokemon. If, for example, Galar Meowth evolves into... Oh, fuck, it's got a name. It evolves into, the little Viking version of it. And that's different from Persian, so that's a new Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Berserker, thank you. I was like, there's a pun. they're all puns, and I couldn't think of it. I didn't really like Berserker, so it didn't matter. Well, you are a fallen angel after all, though I thought you were only supposed to fall once. I fall a lot. Fall in love, am I right? I can't wink. Yeah, and then there's Obstagoon. Yeah. So, Galar, Zigzagoon, and Linoon, that's still just Zigzagoon and Linoon. But then Obstagoon is a new Pokemon. You see? You see what I'm saying? I thought you guys were joking. No! Berserker, that's the real name. They're all puns. They're all puns. The best one has gotta be Cough Egregious. That's a good-ass name. Geodude is also 10 out of 10. Oh my gosh, I heard... Okay, I'm gonna put him on blast. Not that he'll ever hear this. And I don't know if he was joking or not, but Ray, previously known as Brown Man, Ray Narvaez Jr., I heard him say Decidueye as Decky Dewey, and I was like... Ray, no! It's deciduous! Like the tree! But I don't know if he was just like, came up with a funny way to read it. Obstagoon, that's the name. Yeah, Obstagoon. It's a cool Pokemon. I like Obstagoon a lot. You should Google it. Decky Dewey. I know, it's... Who's your favorite cross-gen evolution, since you have so many opinions of my gremlin Viking cat? I don't know if I know them all offhand. I really do like Obstagoon. Hang on. Needed a sip. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Certainly, Squid. Hey, welcome. Welcome on in. I appreciate you, even if you're just a lurker. I guess Obstagoon? Oh, you know what? Okay, so they, added an evolution to the Applin line in this latest DLC. That was really cool. I never really cared about Applin too much. I thought it was neato, and obviously the, Appleton is cute, but they added a new evolution to Applin, and I think it's really cool. So I think, that one is also quite up there. Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, I actually really liked Hisuian Typhlosion as well. I really liked that one, so those are my top 3. Is it weird if I used another account to follow an artist on Twitter after they blocked me because I still like their art? Not weird, but why would they? I guess it matters on why they blocked you. Maybe take that as a lesson of whatever you were doing to upset them. Don't do that again. And just silently follow. You know, like their stuff. But maybe just don't leave, like, replies. Kind of a thing. Because unless they blocked you for no reason, but most people don't do that. It shall forever be known as Decky Dewey. Scared to look up Obstagoon. You're not making me look up something bad, are you? No. It's designed after Kiss, like the band. So it's just a big weasel guy. It's a cool dude. Decky Dewey is a joke from Wolfie, or he repeats it a lot because people would get mad at him for mispronunciation regardless. I see. Wolfie is cool. He's like a Pokemon champion, actually. Like, he has won an official Pokemon tournament, and he's got a YouTube channel that, like, has really seemed to have taken off. I don't really watch him too often, but, he presents ideas that sound fun. They're just so long. Like, he went over, like, how, like, I think he ranked every type combination, and there's, like, 18 types, and so it was a really long video, and he had, like, good points. But at some point, you kind of get lost in hearing the word rock and ice so many times, you know? Hydrapple? Yeah, that's the one. Hydrapple is cool. It's my ship. That's the reason. They blocked you because you shipped something? I don't know, man. I don't know. Just don't bother them, I guess. Which type combo did he say was the best? I can't remember. I just know that basically ice is bad. Steel Fairy, that does make sense. I don't think we have a Steel Fairy Pokemon either. No, we do! We've got the Tinkaton line. But yeah, I've got other things on my list. We can't just talk about Pokemon for forever. Unfortunately. But, did you all check out my new comic? I released a comic! Oh yeah, the keys. They are Steel Fairy, aren't they? But yeah, As the Sky Falls has debuted. And it's cool and good, and you all should watch it. You all should read it and keep an eye on my Pixiv. Because I've been working on it really, really hard, and I'm really happy about it. So, but I think the site wants me to make an account. Let's just make an account. It's a username, password, nothing. It doesn't cost money, so you'll be fine. So, yeah, it's really cool and fun, and you all should read it, and I've been working on it really, really hard. I can actually tell you when I first came up with the idea, so you all can get a grasp on how long this comic has been in production. This hasn't been all art time. I put a lot of work into breaking down the plot first and kind of figuring out what all I wanted out of the comic. So yeah, this hasn't all just been, I figured out what I was doing and then began drawing. But I first got the inkling of the story. Quite a while ago. I'm looking it up. Really quick. Because, there we go. Yeah, so 1 year ago was when I first had the idea. Specifically, it was in August. August of 2022. That was when I, first hatched the idea for As the Sky Falls. And I've been working on it since August of 2022. So, yeah. Exciting stuff. Just seemed weird since I don't need one to read Grim Magic. What? I don't make the website, Ranger. I don't know. Love how Ruth looks. Thank you! I was inspired by Shiro. Miwa. He's got, a character in Dogs with, a pinstripe suit that I thought she looked so cool. So, once you know my inspirations for character designs, you can see how much I really wear them on my sleeve. So yeah. Please read it. I need to sit down and binge all your comics. You do. Because I work really hard on them. They take a long time to do. So I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm really proud of As the Sky Falls, and also I'll let y'all know that just in case you didn't watch my very cool and interesting update video that conveniently said all this the other day, I am also working on book 2 of Grim Magic, so cool, and I'll be able to kind of bounce between those, hopefully. It's tough because every process of comic making is long-winded. and so it's hard to be, doing anything quickly. But yeah, I worked super hard, and I'm really proud of them, and I'm excited to make more comics and do more stories. Because I've got other things I'd also like to do. So, I've got As the Sky Falls and Grim Magic in production right now. But I do have another story that is, also cooking in the back of my head. And And Happy New Year's! Did you read my new comic available on Pixiv right now? It's called As the Sky Falls, and it's really good. And that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, like, I've got another comic brewing in the back of my head. I've always got stories. So eventually it'd be cool if I could kind of just cycle between all of them and be like Clamp, but just one person. But probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Like I said, it takes a long time to do any of this. But I am really, 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 really dang excited about As the Sky Falls. So I do hope you all read it. And please don't be afraid to do any fan art. I love seeing you guys as fan arts. I really do. One of the things that make me the most happy in the world is knowing that I've inspired you to create. No, like, knowing that someone read a story I've made and was like, that was so fun, I am inspired to make my own art for it. It's like, it makes my heart fucking explode. In a good way. Twins, you should never pass up the opportunity to draw long-haired men. You know what? Oh my gosh, that's another thing. We went to Barnes & Noble to get ourselves some manga after Christmas, and I started reading Blue Period. It's really good. It's about art. So, hooray. And, because I knew it was good, and they didn't have any X-holic. So I was like, but I wanted to get something, so I was like, I've heard great things about Blue Period, let's try Blue Period. And it is. It's really good so far. I've only got the first 2 volumes, but they've introduced a character, and I'm kicking myself about this. So he's like a big guy. He's like the tallest member of the cast, and he's built pretty broadly too. But he's got these long, really long black braids. And I'm like, why have I not been making beefy, wide characters with long hair before? What's wrong with me? He's got such a cool design. So I'm gonna steal that. A new thing unlocked. Big guys with big hair. Because I'm always like, it's always the skinny fuckers that I'm like, and give them long hair. But yeah, so I gotta do that more. I like that. I like that idea. But yeah, please read As the Sky Falls. I will mention it continuously, so you're gonna have to check in on it anyway. Because otherwise you're gonna hear the name Dr. Pike, and you're not gonna know who that is. Or you're gonna hear, like, Ram, and you're not gonna know who that is. Also, I've been making art for, like, As the Sky Falls. Like, just drawing my own, like, kinda, like, just little pictures. And it's mostly of Ram. Which is great, because he's the hardest one to draw. But I'll be posting those to the Discord and on Twitter and stuff. And eventually you're gonna see this hot boy, and you're gonna be like, well, what is the deal with this hot boy? So, yeah, you just might as well just start reading As the Sky Falls now, so you can be in the know right off the bat. And then once I become ludicrously famous and popular, you can be like, I was reading this comic when it first started, and feel really, really proud of yourself. I'm just gonna have to imagine a fish in a lab coat and some glasses for the time being. No glasses, but I'll actually be posting a, on Patreon for the big sprinkles, which is the $5 tier, some behind the scenes on the trials and tribulations I went through designing Dr. Pike and Ram, cause they went through the ringer. I went through a lot of there was a lot going into their designs that I didn't quite know what to do with them quite at first. So, yeah. Ram has glasses though, but not Doctor. But yeah, read that. Read it, please. Other things that have happened in the not too distant past. Y'all remember how I talked about going to a work party? There was a work party. Hooray, and it was fun. I had said I'd wanted to wear a dress, but I had texted my buddy. I was like, yo, should I get dressed up or will I look dumb? And she said business casual, so I did not wear a dress. Also, it was cold anyway, So, good adios, never dripping. Have a good New Year's. Read As the Sky Falls. Read it. Read all my comics. Do it. Do it, please. So yeah, I didn't wear a dress because it was cold and would have been too gussied up anyway. But yeah, the work party was nice. It was nice seeing everyone. I was really, really nervous. I was so nervous. I was like, I've seen these people. I know these people. Why am I so nervous? It's been so long though. I was like, I don't know. They're gonna realize how stupid I am or something. Also, I showed up too early. I got there 30 minutes early because I thought it started at 4 and it didn't. So it was too early and I was nervous. But it was fine. Because we had a swell old time. Just jabber-jawing and shit. There was only like 7 of us. Like only 7 people showed up to the New Year's work get-together. And so because of that, we all got to eat plenty of food and also went home with shitloads of leftovers. I've got too much food now. So like, boy howdy. A wild success, I'd say. I'm just glad that nothing catastrophic happened. It felt so plausible. I didn't embarrass myself. So what kinds of leftovers? It was Olive Garden, so like a lot of pasta and a shitload of bread. Just carbs and also carbs and with a side of carbs. But yeah, I'm glad that the work party wasn't bad. I was really nervous because I've been to only a few kind of get-togethers like that before, and they all kind of ended up being me awkwardly just sitting around and no one wanting to talk to me because nobody knew me, and the people who did know me like knew other people better and wanted to hang out with their actual friends. So I was worried it'd be like that. Luckily, it wasn't. And we all kind of just sat in a cute little circle and ate our pasta and jabber-jawed about D&D and Christmas. This was how I learned that apparently everyone who works in the back rooms plays D&D. Twins. And today's video is sponsored by absolutely A1 incredible comic called As the Sky Falls that I totally didn't write, but you definitely should read. If I were gonna do that, I'd be like, and this is sponsored by my comic. It's my comic. I made it. Please read it. It doesn't actually pay me, but I want you to see it. But yeah, that's what I've been drinking. I was able to go home with like 2 full liters of soda from the work party. So hooray! Had a great time. It was nice to see all my work buddies again. Gotta get some sleep. Alrighty, I actually had the thought. I was like, man, is it dumb to stream today? Is everyone gonna be all sleepy? But hey, you losers showed up, so surely you're not you didn't stay up too late partying. You worked during New Year's and I hated it? Dang. I didn't, because I had a vacation. However, there was one dipshit with either a gun or fireworks that was like, being like, yeah, it's New Year's, and like, you know, send him off or whatever. And it was like, you know, they did the first 2, and it was like, it's New Year's, yeah, you know, like, us just sitting there in our apartment. And then, like, for like 30 minutes afterwards, like, sporadically, you just hear a loud-ass bang. And I was like, okay, you can shut the fuck up now. Listen, I'm a grandma now. I was getting ready for bed. The only thing that kept me up was we were looking at our cute outfits in Project Sekai. You only got up for this stream. Thank goodness. I matter that much that I can make overworked employees miss out on sleep. I did stay up late, but you know, time difference. That is true. Fully rested, so I'm alright. It was a big national festival, but parties aren't my scene, so I didn't bother. Yeah. I can't imagine, like, going to a brouhaha for the New Year's, like, time. Like, I went to the work party yesterday, but it was so early in the day. Like, I went home, and it was like, it was it was still so early. But yeah, I couldn't imagine doing some kind of event for like the passing over of midnight. I'd be like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home and sleep. I used to not be a loser, but now that I work in the back rooms, I have to get up at like an adult real people time. I got all sleepy at like 10, and I was like, oh no! I stayed up playing around with more voice bank stuff. This has been really fun. Job had me work 5 to 1:30 in the fucking morning. Damn. Ew. Well, hey, I guess, you were guaranteed to be awake for the new year. Yeah, that's alright. I guess a silver lining. That does suck, though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Excalibur. Next year will be better. I'm sure. Or this year? Next year? Next time. But yeah, I've been playing with more free Vocaloid shit. Because you all know that I do my cringy Utao covers sometimes. Oh boy, you all got so chatty. Hang on. Don't have to go to work this week. I am ecstatic. I'm happy. Dude, having a vacation on the horizon makes working so hard. But I think it's really worth it. You gotta work hard so you can play hard. You gotta play hard so you can work hard. So make sure you really relax and don't feel like you have to be an influencer. Like you all saw, I didn't stream last week. Is that bad for optics? Yeah, probably, but I don't fucking care. I was tired and playing Pokemon and Elden Ring. You're like Batman. When you're at work, you're Bruce Wayne doing boring stuff. But when you got home, you are Batman doing what you want. Exactly. And yeah, you're getting that bread, so could be a whole lot worse. Yeah, I've been playing Elden Ring, JD. I mentioned it earlier at the beginning of the stream. Allison got me that for Christmas. I beat Margit, like the first real boss. He had a cutscene and everything. Finally beat that bitch. I'm playing as a mage. I do, but I'm also probably fucking myself up. So I use the arcane magics, obviously, but you kind of need strength in order to use better armor. So, haven't seen you since last. Hey, welcome! First time chatter. Come on in. Kasu grad? I'll call you Kasu. Welcome, come on in. We're talking about Elden Ring again really quick. I am playing Elden Ring, yeah. So yeah, I beat Margit, and then I tried to get through that castle, Stormhill Castle, and the birds bullied me and made me upset, so I turned around. You don't need armor if you don't get hit? Yeah, unfortunately. I'm not good at the game, so what a surprise, I need armor. So yeah, I'm kind of playing as a battle mage. Red mage, as always. I always make myself a fucking red mage. I'm always I'm gonna be a magician, but also I should know how to use a sword. Idiot. It makes me feel like I'm just doing bad optics, but if I'm just good at everything, then there you go. But, yeah, I was struggling to get through the castle, so I turned around. What's a red mage? Red mage is classically in, Final Fantasy. It is, they can do magic, but also they can also do sword play. So, they're not as good at either as, a warrior who just uses sword, can do more things than a red mage can with a sword. But also, a red mage can, do some healing magic like a white mage, but can't learn things like Revivify or Cure All. And a red mage knows some dark magic, like the black mages. This is all Final Fantasy terminology. Who does the combative spells, so Fireball and Lightning, but they can't learn the very strong dark magic spells. So, red mages are kind of just fine at everything. They can do a little bit of everything, but they don't specialize in anything. And I always end up making myself a red mage. If you want a kind of an easy and fun breakdown of the different mages, Brentalfloss has an ancient but still very good song. It's called Ballad of the Mages, and you should give that a listen. It's really good. So, yeah. That's a red mage, and I'm kind of making myself that. If the game is running on Dark Souls 2 logic, you could put all your points into the skill that gives you more iframes when you roll. I think that'd be Dex. I did boost my stamina immediately. But yeah, so it's just kind of balancing all the things. It does feel like no matter what I do... I got a text from somebody. Oh, it's just a work buddy. I'll text him later. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah, it does feel like no matter what, I do improve every time I level up in Elden Ring, but there's a part of me that feels like I'm just being inefficient with it all. And I'm gonna end up, like, I'm level, like, 27. And I feel like I shouldn't be this high of a level yet for just fighting Margit. But yeah, I went and hung out with Blythe, the wolf guy, over the forest. I'm gonna make him my boyfriend, because he's a cool wolf. Even though I don't think the set I'm building, like, he kind of strikes me as Guts. He's basically Guts. He's got, like, thick armor and a big-ass sword. So, if I, like, go down his friendship path, he's just gonna give me a weapon I can't use, so. And I made my way to the east, towards this, a land, everything is red. I guess it's called rot. So everything's rotten, and the sky is red, and everything looks rancid and bad, and I described it as looking like the eclipse in Berserk. Elden Ring gives me humongous Berserk vibes, which I think is the point. But, yeah, so that's what I've been doing, is doing my best to not die too often and get mad. It's okay, people get to level 45 and can't beat Margit. I mean, I'm also a big stinky cheater, in air quotes. I'm using summons. I know that the hardcore gamers are like, oh, then you didn't really play the game. And it's like, well, then I guess I'm not really gonna play the game. Checking it, apparently being around 25 is recommended for Margit, so you seem on track. Hey, that's great. That's good. Okay, solid. Also in Elden Ring, have you learned the ground pound skill? Like a big stomp? I can stomp. I never use that ability. I always feel stupid whenever I try to use my abilities, so I don't do them because I'm bad. I'm bad at the game. Listen, I stand at a distance and I throw spells at the guys until they die, and then if I run out of magic, then I panic and I roll a lot, and I stab them with my cruddy sword. Am I a good gamer if I beat Margit at level 6? I'd say yes. You jumped in the air and smashed them with your booty? Always. I'm just like Peach. Honestly, the biggest thing, the reason why I was like, oh, I think I want to play Elden Ring. So obviously, I watched Indie Mouse play. Indie Mouse, I've mentioned him before. He's a great YouTuber. You should check him out. He's a big inspiration for how I decided to, the direction I decided to go with my channel. Once I realized that I did not want to talk about Ruby anymore. And I was like, man, Indie Mouse is just having fun playing games. I think I want to do that. I want to make stuff about stuff that makes me happy, you know? So he's a huge inspiration for me. But he's also very good at, like, the Soulsborne games. So I watched his video about Elden Ring, and it's only, like, the second video. But he really lulled me in, because it was just a short little fight, you know, that he was doing. He had just beaten a boss and got invaded by, you know, some enemy. But he cheated by using the music for the bad guy in Final Fantasy IX. I forget his name, but he's got a sick, nasty, like, theme. And so that song was playing, and it was so exciting, and I was looking at Indie Mouse's character, and he had gotten cool-looking armor. And I was struck with how much I wanted to look cool. So that is my true quest. I want to look cool in Elden Ring. How doable is that? I don't know. But that's the plan. So yeah, as long as I can look cool, then I'm winning. And currently I look quite dumb. But I'm still early game, so that's alright. I can't expect myself to look cool in this early baby. Listen, I'm still running around. The world is mostly still green and pretty. I know I'm not that far in. But yeah, I have been enjoying Elden Ring. It's been nice. Oh, that's right. I was saying something like 4 years ago. I mentioned that. Oh, so you all know I do my Utao covers, and they wander in quality, but I think they're fun enough. But I was kind of looking at other options for free voice bank kind of things. So just in case you don't know, Utao, it's like Vocaloid, which is like Hatsune Miku. But it's free. Utao is a free version. But there are other free things. And, we live in the future. So it's not just Utao anymore, which is great because Utao was incredibly complicated to set up, and even when working as intended, it is not intuitive. But I've downloaded Synthesizer V Studio. Figuring out the right download for that was a nightmare. Boy howdy. But I did, and it seems much more intuitive, and I'm excited to play around with that. So, I don't know, hopefully that means more cool covers from Twiins, from good old Twiins. And hopefully they sound better, too. To be honest, Souls like Ultras are the worst, especially if a larger audience that does not have their mindset on how to play the game. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't really know. I feel like a young pup in the Soulsborne genre. Before this, the only one I'd played had been Bloodborne. No. Code Vein, which it's like baby mode, and I could tell. You've always got a friend with you who can like heal you for you. And even that was too hard for me. But I do like Elden Ring. I like the world of Elden Ring. So it makes me, I want to explore. That's the thing. I gotta become strong enough to handle those bastard piece of shit birds. So I can keep exploring. I want to go to the north. But yeah, I'm really excited to play around with the Synthesizer V thing more. What's really cool, this is how much of a loser I am. So I downloaded a good handful of the free voice banks that are available, and that's fun. And there's even some English ones. What? That's so cool. I can make like English songs. But the most fun part is that one of the characters that is that you can download, they don't have a character design. Like, Miku was designed. And same with Len and Rin and Mako and Kaito, all of them. Someone had to design them. And most voice banks do have a character design. However, some of them don't, and one of the ones I downloaded doesn't. Her name is Saki, and she's just an S, really. They didn't design a character for her for some reason. Which means I get to, and I've been having fun thinking about how I would want to design her, so... At the end of the day, I like playing around with these vocal synth things because I just like coming up with fun little stories for the voice banks. Like, these ones will be friends, Is that cringe? Yes. But you gotta embrace the cringe sometimes. But yeah, those were all the big things that's happened in the year. The biggest things seem to be Elden Ring and Pokemon. Christmas really all boiled down to those. But does anybody have any New Year's resolutions? I'm so bad at coming up with resolutions. I always suck at it. People be like, what are your New Year's resolutions? And even when I was younger, I never really knew what to do. It's like, I don't know. It's like, because you hear about them, and it'll be things like, I want to lose weight. Or I want to stop smoking. Things like that. And it was like, well, I mean, I don't want to go on a diet, and I don't smoke, so I don't know what to do. Gonna write more, hell yeah. Mine is gonna be the same as last year, continue writing my novel. Hell yeah, hell yeah. We creatives always do that, don't we? I'm gonna make sure I work more consistently on my comic. That's what I want to say as my resolution. But it's not really a New Year resolution. That's just kind of a resolve as a comic artist. I want to be able to work on that consistently. Even if we were in the middle of the year, I'd be thinking that. My New Year's resolution is to get more invested in my comic and hopefully get 3 chapters out before the next year. 3 whole chapters, wowee. good luck with that. I hope you have fun. Keep doing what I'm doing, but more, unless it's bad, than less. Gonna try to finish a chapter of my comic, same as last year. Did not do it. It can be hard finishing a chapter. It can be really tough kind of taking that first step, especially if you're like me. One of the reasons why As the Sky Falls took so long for me to like kind of work on was because I spent a lot of time kind of, I'm gonna describe it as studying manga, looking at how I wanted to approach it. Did I want to work in just stark black and white? Did I want to have, y'all probably noticed that like it's not shaded like Grim Magic. I was like, do I want to do that? Do I want to play with textures more? How do I want to approach the text even? Just choosing a font for your comic can be a lot. So it can feel like it's all too much. I do suggest just do it. Just go in. And if you're like, this isn't working, I think that's a big thing. People feel like, well, I started it like this, so it needs to stay like this. And I think it's important to remember that you don't have to do it one way forever. If you're working on a comic and you're like 5 chapters in, and you realize that you hate how you draw like a character, and you're like, I don't want to draw them like this anymore. You know, I think it'd be better if I drew them, you know, it's like a completely different art style. Then do it. Like, fuck it. It's your comic. And it's not unheard of, you know? Look at and this is true for basically all, like, manga especially. Look at the first volume, and then look at the latest volume, and if you're paying attention, you can see how much they have to change to accommodate for what they learn and how they decide to approach making their comic. Land of the Lustrous' first volume is great, but you can tell that Ichikawa clearly dialed back how much they went in on, like, all the shine effects and the kind of dimension in their gemstone hair, because clearly it was cluttering up the page, and it probably took a long time. Look at Demon Slayer. The first time we see Genya, he looks bad. Volume 1 looks bad, and you just gotta do that until you get better at hiding the bad. Chainsaw Man too. I love the first chapter of Chainsaw Man because it looks so fucking ugly. I really do. Like, the background has like nice clean line art because clearly it's like copied and pasted from somewhere. And then like Denji he looks like a sketch. And the mangaka got better at kind of blending all that together and got more used to illustrating his characters over and over. But there's always going to be differences between as a comic, and obviously I tend to lean into manga, but I'm sure you can see the same thing in American comics as well. So I got off on a whole tangent, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to say, don't be afraid to change something in a comic, and don't be afraid to just start, because sometimes just starting is all you need to do. It's the hardest step, but it's important. Just trying to live. Ambition's low, but I'll work on it. I believe in you. Breathe in, breathe out. Go outside. I know it's kind of a meme to touch grass, but I do genuinely suggest you all touch grass. Like, get offline. I think there is a problem with America as a whole, and probably a worldwide issue, really. People are just terminally online. Because the pandemic happened and we all got used to just staying inside and being online all the time, and now I think it's a real problem, and I think it really adds to this sort of malaise that people seem to be dealing with an awful lot. And I really do suggest, like, you take the time. You need to go outside and not just, oh, you know, I took a little walk or I went to the store. No, I know it sounds silly, but being forced to go outside and interact with people by getting my job at the back rooms, I am so much happier. I told Big Boss that yesterday at the party. I was like, my job is, my life, I've been so much happier, infinitely happier since I started working in the back rooms. He told me to make a tweet about that. But, because he knows I stream. But I do suggest you guys, like, I know work isn't super fun, and, you know, not everyone has all these fun work buddies like how I do, kind of a thing. Yeah, and Excalibur mentioning having to juggle college as well. It can be a lot. It can be tough. but I do suggest you take the time to go away from the computer, away from all the drama of the internet, and go outside and touch grass and spend an extended amount of time touching grass. And I know it can be hard. It's like, how do you make friends? And I don't know. I've only ever made friends at work. But yeah, you gotta go outside and touch grass. How are you gonna do Fujimoto like that? Fujimoto is a god, though. I love how ugly his art is. I genuinely do. I love that he isn't precious with it. And I can respect very clean work as well. Obviously, I like to read Clamp and the Twilight Princess manga. But Fujimoto shows that passion can drive a story so much harder than the world's nicest, prettiest line art. Because you feel Chainsaw Man, and his messy work adds to that. Especially with work and college, sometimes it gets hard to actually get going because of life. It's probably why mangakas are able to work on their projects so much, because they don't really do much outside of the manga. Also because it's their job, but still. I mean, I don't know. Like, you hear about Mira working on Berserk, and it kind of sounds miserable. Working on Berserk, he said his schedule was he would wake up and then work for, like, 12 hours straight. And then he'd sleep for as short amount of time as possible and then wake up again. Like, he didn't... And that ain't right. I'm glad that production of Berserk slowed down, because that meant Mira got to start, like, living. So yeah, it can be, but also definitely does help if just getting to work on your comic is your job. But also, as an artist, I know that my back hurts all the time, so it's good to have to take breaks. I bought a graphic novel called The Moth Keeper, and it's really pretty. I'll have to Google it, because that does sound fun. The grime is one of my favorite aspects of Chainsaw Man's art, to be honest. I think it's really charming. See, exactly! Certainly Squid. Like, calling Fujimoto's art ugly, like, it's really just shorthand. Because it's like, it's messy is perhaps the better word. It gives it, nothing feels like Chainsaw Man. Even though it's not like, it's not like a Kaiji-esque level of unique art styles, I think he's got a very distinct art style, but it's not the world's most unique looking manga. But how messy it is, it just conveys so much of the emotion and intended vibe of Chainsaw Man. I genuinely, like, the anime looks swell, and I'll probably check it out at some point. It'd be cool to see some of the fights, fully in motion, but genuinely, I'm like, why would I watch the anime when the manga looks like this? Has your boss watched any of your videos? Specifically the April Fool's one? I don't think any of them have watched any of the videos. Dryman420 checks in on streams sometimes. And I think that's kind of been it. I don't think they wander over to, like, my YouTube channel or anything. So no. I'd love to go outside, but I've got chicken nuggets now, so maybe later. Yeah, that's fair. Gotta eat your nuggies. Happy New Year! Welcome, Celeste Fan. We've talked about an awful lot. Currently, I was kind of just waxing poetics about working on your art and making sure you go outside still, because it's important. And, when did Dryman420 join the cast? He's been there the whole time. We only recently gave him a title. Yeah, there's Wetboy69, Dryman420, and Big Boss. So yeah, those are the known, all the managers you all know about. But yeah, we were kind of talking about New Year's resolutions. I think my New Year's resolution is I want to treat myself more often. Cause that doesn't mean I don't want to start, being a reckless spender. But I'm definitely the kind of person who's like, I can't let myself buy that. Even when it's important things. You all heard me say how often I needed pants. I don't have new pants. I need to get new pants. I spent like a whole year just not letting myself buy pants. And I'm at a point where now that I've got a real income, I can just buy pants. And so, and moreover, I shouldn't just limit myself to buying things I need. Oh, I don't have any pants. I guess I'll buy one. No. I want to let myself actually purchase fun things more often. I wanted to get Resident Evil 4 Remake when it came out. And I didn't. And at the time, I really didn't have any money. It was kind of right before. Like, it was the week, I feel like, that I got my job at the back room. So I really didn't have money to spend. I can let myself buy that now. So yeah, I want to let myself actually, I've got manga I'd like to purchase, games I'd like to let myself get, and like I said, I don't want to be irresponsible with my spending, but I feel like my resolution is to remember that it's okay for me to spend a little bit of money on fun things more often than just Christmas time. Tryman420. Hey Twiins, this is your boss coming in on stream. Came to say you need to get back to work in 10 minutes. The monster in the back room's got loose again. Y'all, fun fact, Dryman420 has actually been in chat before. I have not acknowledged him because I know you guys would embarrass me. He has joked about making a new account and calling it Dryman420. And I think it'd be hilarious if he did. Whenever I hear about Japanese work culture, specifically regarding manga and animation, it does sound a little inhumane compared to how we are used to it. I mean, barely. I don't think American animators are treated much better than Japanese animators are. But yeah, mangakas, listen, they're a different breed. And it's tough. I mean, they're doing a lot of work. Like 25 pages a month? That's hard. That's really hard. So... and consistently, too. It's a tough job. It's a tough job, for sure. I'm glad that, you know, it feels like more often than not. Or, well, that eventually, once you get big enough, you can just take an indefinite hiatus, like Land of the Lustrous' mangaka. As we all desperately want the next volume to drop at some point. We would not embarrass you, blatantly lies, yeah. But yeah, mangakas work real hard. There's a part of me, I'd love for, you know, making comics to just be, like, what I get to do. But, sorry, I was reading the text from my work buddy. Dude. What a guy. He's alright. He's gonna be alright. Yeah, I'd love for making comics to kind of, like, be my job. Because I've got all these stories I want to tell. But also I recognize that my back would hurt too much. It's probably... also, like, I just get it in my head. I'm like, obviously, I like streaming so much, but also, like, I got my videos. And I do think I want to slow down video production. Not that I've been cranking them out lately. About one a month, which has been pretty solid, I do say so myself. Especially since they've been long-ass videos. I'm still working on my huge project. It shouldn't be a secret what it is at this point. I've mentioned this before. It'll probably come out at Magical Girl May. So, there you go. Still working on that. But yeah, I think going into 2024, I'm gonna still try my best to, you know, make regular videos, you know, to a degree, but videos, I realize that it's the thing I'm the least enthusiastic about. Obviously, I'm still gonna make them. Obviously, I like talking about Pokemon and Project Sekai, and that's kind of just all my channel is, until I randomly decide to review shit like Fashion Dreamer and Project Ready. But yeah, I think I want to focus more on comics and streams. And, you know, I'll just slowly plug away at videos, and every now and then they'll happen. Which also is why, like, Patreon is kind of, I wanted to lean into more of rewards in relation to the comics. Obviously, the monthly updates has always been a comic-related thing, and it's kind of been the biggest thing I've got for patrons. It always has been. But I'd like to kind of just wander away, and I don't want people to get all excited at the idea of, oh, I'm gonna support Twiins for video things. Like, I don't want them to be disappointed that that videos are slowing down, but it's like, oh, but I just gave her money because I wanted the videos, you know. So that's also a part of the reason why I got rid of the $10 tier on Patreon, because one, I just worked too slowly. I was really disappointed in myself for how slowly I worked on those commissions. And two, because the big thing with those, it's you get a commission and it shows up at the end of a video, and I want to focus on videos less. So there you go. That's those are the big reasons. And good guy Twiins coming in hot. I deleted the tier last month, right at the end of the month. I should have announced it earlier, but I'm stupid, you know? But the big thing is, if I had waited for this month to delete it, I would have still gotten the money from that tier. But I made sure, I was like, I want to get rid of this now. One, before the comic release with As the Sky Falls, and two, because I didn't want to charge people for a tier that I was like, I'm gonna get rid of this. So, good guy Twiins, I lost out on money because I didn't want to make you all spend money that I feel like, you know, it wasn't deserving. So, there you go. I'm great. You can tell I'm great because I said it. Twiins, good guy Inc. It's true, it's true. Fashion Dreamer infuriates you. You know, it's really disappointing. I think it could have been really swell, but it feels like, and looking at the Fashion Dreamer subreddit, I like to check that out when I'm in the bathroom sometimes. And I'm seeing, you know, people are having fun with it. It's not a terrible game, but being disappointed seems to be the general consensus with Fashion Dreamer. And I feel especially bad for, like, fans of the series who are, like, really excited about it. Because for me, I don't know all the good stuff that they got rid of. I can just see that the game has flaws. But, yeah, it's disappointing for all the fashion kings and queens out there who was looking forward to this. But the end result of the commissions were worth it. I appreciate that. But I felt like I was just wasting your time. Listen, if I ever get to a point where I am working from home again, exclusively, maybe then I'll bring back the commission rewards. But, also I didn't like how I just did one. Like, you gave me $10 for the commission, and then you just keep giving me $10 for nothing new. But I couldn't do, like, 10 commissions every month, obviously. So, I don't know, I always felt like I was dropping the ball when it came to the commission tiers anyway. So, thank you, I appreciate it, but I feel like I just wasn't doing it that well. Maybe I would do something different. So yeah. Don't worry, Twiins, I believe in you. I say hesitantly. Let 2024 Twiins cook. Exactly. I wonder, how well can I dance? Because I've got the cute little emoji. I think the best I can do is this. I'm dancing. That's why we have terms and conditions. I suppose. I don't know. I just don't want you guys to feel like you're wasting your money. And I felt like I was making you waste your money. So, there you go. Just don't spend so much on me. Especially, honestly, also now that, since I do have my job at the back rooms, previously, Patreon, you guys, the patrons were really the reason why I was able to make videos for as long as I could, as my only job. Like, you all were the reason I was able to pay rent. But now that I've got the back rooms paying me, I don't, whoa, look at those moves! But now that I got the back rooms paying me, I don't need to rely on you, and so I don't want to make you all spend more money than you have to. Yeah, Twiins dancing. Doug silently judges, yeah. Doug back there. How you doing? How you doing back there, Doug? You alright? He's feeling shy today. Fun fact, next year, Poppy Eye will enter the public domain. Poppy Eye? Poppy Eye. Popeye? Popeye's chicken? Popeye? Who? What? Popeye. Popeye. Who is Popeye? Popeye the Sailor Man? Like the one who eats spinach and stuff? That's exciting. I like Popeye plenty. This year Steamboat Willie entered public domain. It's true. It's true. Those moves remind me of Eddie Murphy's impression on how white people dance doing his show. I think I haven't seen a ton of Eddie Murphy's like stand-up, but what I have seen looks very funny. I'm sure I would really enjoy it. That's swell. I like Popeye the Sailor Man. I think some fun stuff can be done with him. Same with Winnie the Pooh and Steamboat Willie. I think obviously the first thing everyone jumps to is, what if we make it horror? And that's dumb and boring. But I think creatives can use these IPs in interesting and cool ways. So yeah, put Popeye in Smash. Some of it is funny though. Some, like the gay jokes, may not have aged well. I'll admit I haven't seen Popeye in a little bit. So I can't comment on those. I'm sure they probably haven't. It was the past. The past tended to not handle gay jokes particularly well. But I do also feel like Popeye was, to a degree, like I feel like he would wear a dress and be like, oh shucks, I'm so pretty, ain't I? You know, like, so I think Popeye can be an icon. I do. The character Dan Backslide from the Dover Boys is public domain. You're making shit up now. Yeah, this is a trick, isn't it? You're gonna say like Dover my nuts or something. Dan Backslide over my balls or whatever. What if Popeye the Sailor Man fought Goku? It's a tough one. I think Goku technically would win, but he'd really appreciate the fight that oh, you meant Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's, yeah, again, since I haven't seen a ton of his, stand-up, I can't comment on it. But, again, it was still the past. There's already a game coming out with Mickey, but horror. I'm not surprised. I mean, really, if we're being honest, that's all Bendy and the Ink Machine really was. And now they just don't have to pretend it's a different character. What if Popeye and Steamboat Willie teamed up to stop Frieza? I feel like Frieza would kill Steamboat Willie. Unfortunately. Listen. It is what it is. It's real? Okay, I trust you, Green Machine. You are one of the least likely to try to prompt a D's nuts joke. So. But what if Eddie Murphy fought Goku? We gotta stop. Goku can't fight them all. I think my own laughing like reverberated off the walls and confused me. Okay, hey, let me Google this Dan Backslide guy. Just give him a looky-loo. What's he from? Dan Backslide from the Boys and the Guys. Oh. Okay, I don't know. You were talking him up. I expected a much more handsome man. I didn't think it was like some villain from Yogi Bear. I wonder where Twiins maintains this list of who is most or least likely to make D's nuts jokes. It's all in my head, baby. I know you guys. I've got a pretty regular cast of names that shows up in chat. And Green Machine is one of the good ones. And the rest of you are all on thin ice. Twiins distracts Goku with fried chicken while Critter edits him out of existence. What is this fried chicken lore? I guess I do like fried chicken. I just feel like I haven't talked about it that much. I liked the Dover Boys in the Discord, linked the Dover Boys in the Discord general chat. Alrighty, I'll give it a looky-loo. Perfectly reliable, I've never said anything weird ever. I don't know, Layla. I don't know, I feel like you sometimes you pull it out. Sometimes you pull out a weird one, and it's like, huh? Like, usually you're pretty normal. But every now and then, you come in hot with the husband takes. How does one break the ice? So what? Gemini, type your sentence again. You failed type class. Here's your homework. Say it again. Including your preference for fried chicken and critters for burritos. Does Critter like burritos exceptionally? I mean, they are good. I don't know if she likes them more than I do. I do like burritos. We both like burritos. Where am I on the list? Celeste fan, you're pretty alright. Basically, if your name looks feminine, or if I know you present as female, you're good in. If you're one of the fellas, then nice. And I'll admit, Celeste fan, I don't actually know your preferred pronouns. But maybe it's just because I keep imagining Princess Celestia every time I read your name. So I'm sorry about that. But in my head, you do look like Princess Celestia from My Little Pony. So congratulations. That is canonically what you look like now. I'm an innocent man. You, Excalibur, you're off the ice. You're in the water. You are one of the biggest troublemakers of the chat. We all know. Don't even try to pretend. Ant is pretty alright. Ranger is pretty alright. My A's are not doxing, alright? Yeah, you can't spell. Sorry, Gemini. How does one break the ice? So to say. There, you got it now. Oh, how do you break the ice? You annoy me. And some of you have annoyed me. There's a joke in the Dover Boys that I think will take you out. Alright, I'm excited to give that a looky-loo after stream. Eat my lunch and watch the Dover Boys, like the ancient crone I am. Aren't I on thin ice? No, I'm the queen of the castle. I run this town. I can't be on thin ice. I can say anything I want. Oh! Layla, I think you're right. Twins, you've never heard of Celeste? I never considered it. Oops. Celeste fan probably is a fan of the game Celeste, and not Princess Celestia. You're a male, and you know, there's a part of me that feels like I knew that. But because I kept imagining Princess Celestia, I tend to try to actually not refer to you all genderedly, unless I know otherwise. Because I don't want to accidentally misgender anybody. Because I do that shit, where I'll see the name Celeste, and I think, Celestia, female, but then I don't know. Sorry, forgot to say, thanks for saying I am alright. Yeah, you're alright. Twins, am I still the group child? I'm technically 18 now. I don't know if you're the youngest, I gotta be honest. Yes. You get to be baby still. Congratulations. So wait, where do I say? Sir Air Dude, you're alright. If you make me laugh, you get extra points. And I feel like Sir Air Dude has made me laugh. Bucket of calzones, they aren't in chat often, but when they are, they've made me guffaw before. After chat stream, yeah. It's a categorization to separate Excalibur from everyone else. Present twins with a bunch of gender-neutral names. Yeah, present twins with a bunch of gender-neutral names. Sam, Alex, Pat, yeah. Jordan. Jordan's always my go-to gender-neutral name. Personally. I'm actually not named after the game. It's just a coincidence. Well, how fun. Do you like Celeste? I would hope so. I can only assume you get asked about that a lot. I've looked at Celeste. It looks like too sad and hard for me. But I know Lillian was playing it a little bit ago. I'm sure lots of people have played it. Honestly. Just came back. Are we being ranked by Twiins? Yeah, I'm talking about which one of you guys are problem children. And which ones are alright. Bucket of Calzone's what a username. I know. They're also one of the very few ones whose name comes up as yellow, so they're easy to spot. I've only ever met men named Jordan. I had so I only went to school with female Jordans, but I know about plenty of male Jordans, like, that are, like, you know, actors and stuff. So, it's why it's my, gender neutral option. I've made you laugh occasionally so I can live with this. Yeah. I never played it. Looks fun. Well, that's good. At least you're not like, I think it looks stupid. I hate that people attribute me to the game Celeste, because that would be, dude, it'd be like, yeah, it'd be sad. To be like, I named myself after this niche cool thing, but everyone thinks it makes me a fan of my least favorite property on planet Earth, and I didn't know. Am I not a problem child? I am not a problem child. I am proud. I don't remember saying that, Gemini. Gemini, you can be on thin ice. You're usually pretty well behaved, but sometimes you let yourself get a little too silly and rambunctious. You and Excalibur tend to, you'll team up with each other. Gotta keep you boys separated. Somehow, despite my antics, I am not on thin ice. Yeah, well, sometimes. You all have weekdays, I'm gonna say. Ruth says, as someone who was bad at video games, Celeste was actually really accessible. Oh, well, that's good. It just looks so hard. I've seen the hard jumps. It looks like Super Meat Boy, but with a good story. I only know male Jordans, but it feels more femme, to be honest. Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool, because all the Jordans I know that are male, they're quite mask. Like Jordan Peele, you know, and so yeah, I don't know. It's just a good name, I think. Twiins, what have I done to be in the water? I've made you laugh a couple of times. Because Excalibur, you're the one, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You have an obsession with the fact that I am slightly interested in BDSM, and you bring it up whenever you can, and it's cringe. You're not the worst. But you can be cringe. Here's a flamin' hot tip for all of you. Don't talk about my sexuality. Don't sexualize me. And then there you go. You don't gotta worry about being in the water. I see Celeste and I think of the Mary Celeste, a ship that went off on a voyage and was discovered in the Atlantic adrift with no passengers and no sign of a struggle. Ghost ship. That's a ghost ship right there. When's the Twitch chatter tier list? Damn it. Gonna have to up the ante. There's so many accessibility options for Celeste. I've seen so little of it, I gotta say. I'm sure it's quite listen, if I can play Elden Ring, I'm sure I can play Celeste. But I've just seen some difficult jumps, and I knew it would make me mad. No kink shaming. Exactly. See, Gemini, that shit, that's why you're on thin ice. That's what makes you not one of the good uns. You guys think I am a permanent horn dog. Y'all treat me like I'm constantly frothing at the mouth. And that's what makes you all annoy me. But that's alright. You're all just funny little fools skating around on ice. I'm always frothing, but that's because of the rabies. Are you on thin ice for talking too much? No. I don't think so. You do tend to wander off into your own little conversations, which doesn't mean you're on thin ice, but it does just mean that I will have to, sometimes I ignore you, because you'll be talking about some other thing. And it's like, Yono's on a tangent, and I'm talking about some other thing, so I'll just let them chat until they wander on back to whatever I'm saying. She thinks we're funny. I do think you guys... Listen, stream would be way less fun if you all weren't here. That's the thing. It's like, streaming is fun. I enjoy streaming. But I can also, like, talk to myself while I play video games. But it's you guys being here that makes it really worth it. I want to play games like Ocarina of Time. I've played Ocarina of Time. But I want to play with you. You know? So even if you all annoy me a little bit sometimes, more often than not, you're all good uns. And even when you annoy me, I still hope you all come back. because I want you, it's like, ugh, that annoyed me. But then they said a funny thing, so, I guess it's okay. The fact that you start over a section so instantaneously in the game is what makes it so easy to keep going. That is good, I will say. That's probably my only critique with Elden Ring. I'm playing on the PlayStation 4, so I'm sure the 5 doesn't have this issue. But if you die, the loading screen, it's like a full 20 seconds, at least, that you gotta wait. And when you're dying a lot, you know, because you're, like, trying to get through one section, you know, it can be, like, it's fucking brutal having to wait through that loading screen. And, I've had that thought before, of I wish this was like something like Super Meat Boy. I wish I could respawn much quicker than I am. I only thought that because of your rant about wanting more cute boys in games where you slay monsters. I mean, it's true. Listen. I love me husbands. I'll talk about the husbandos all dang day. I made a whole webcomic so I could have cute husbandos. But it doesn't mean I'm always like on horny mode, you know? I also froth. I am a crab. I'm glad we all froth, but just for different reasons. Yono's the type of kid you keep on a backpack leash. It's not like Twiins likes us, Babakas, exactly. She loves talking to the weird people trapped in her computer. It's true, it's true. You funny little kids. You should totally play Y2K. I feel like I've heard that game is bad. Or that the writing was at least annoying. But I'm also not 100% sure if I'm thinking of the right game. Do not play Y2K. Okay. I'm getting some conflicting info. Need to get Messiah in here and provide a grown-up for real. The writing is pretty bad. Y2K is bad. Okay. Oh, you are thinking of the right game. Really bad. I'm sorry, Layla. It looks like you have been outvoted. Do play It's a Postmodernist Masterpiece. See, I just don't believe you when you follow it up with that emote. You know what's something I do want to play? Not for stream. Since I got Allison a gaming PC, and I offered to buy her Baldur's Gate 3, and instead she just wants to play Skyrim. And that's fine. What a silly. But now that she's got a PC that won't fall apart, I want to play Lethal Company with her. And maybe also Critter, if Critter's available. So, because it just seems like a funny little game, and I want to play that. So, but we've run out of time. We're both at the end of our vacations, so maybe next weekend. Emmeline, unless you want the main character to be an asshole and barely even change and grow. Grow is spelled wrong. And my blood pressure has only gotten dangerously high once. Oh, I've been playing Cuphead and my blood pressure. Okay, well that's good. Congrats on the blood pressure. Cuphead is another one that seems too hard for me. I also feel like, it's a swell game and the aesthetic is very impressive. The art is 10 out of 10. But like, I also feel like, was it really necessary to do the art with, like, in the old school way? I guess it's certainly striking. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being all petulant about it. Did you say a PC that won't fart? I think I said melt. But, I mumbled through melt. Fart works too. She had a real farty-ass PC previously. That thing was falling apart. So I'm glad I got, Lethal Company is a good game. Play it. I want to. And I think it's cheap as nuts, too. Here's the joke. Want to play Lethal Company? Isn't that just going to my 9 to 5? Ha 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 ha. Okay. Twiins wants to become a company-insured servant fighting aliens for plastic crap. Just like my job in the back rooms. Any chance you and Allison/Critter play co-op in Portal 2? I would love to play Portal 2 with Allison. I don't know if we'd stream it. Maybe. But I'd like to get Portal. And I definitely want to play Portal 2 with Allison. So, I don't know if that'd be on stream. Yeah, I'd love to do it. I'd also like to play Portal. Portal for sure would be on stream. So, at least there'd be that. Let me lead you to Enchanted Portals, because that game is ass. Twiins, you are so funny. You have achieved comedy, Twiins. Thank you. I am the comedy queen. For the VTuber streams next year, awards, you gotta all put me down for funniest streamer. Definitely a real category. It would possibly outstrip Monster Hunter for pure comedy. And since that's the thing. It's this balance. Like, you can't make everything content. You gotta sometimes just do things for yourself. But also, I think it would be really, really funny. And I think it'd be really fun to also get to, like, rewatch it or make a highlights reel. So it kind of just boils down to if Allison would want to stream it or not. So, yeah. Bonus question. Which one of you and Allison will be the most backstabby? In Portal? Probably me. There would almost definitely be one... Oh, yeah, Shadow. Excalibur, I'll work on actually obtaining Shadow the Hedgehog, so I could play Shadow. I'll write that down even, so I don't forget it. Get Shadow. Because I did forgot, and I had told you we'd be doing that 5 million years ago. So don't worry, that will be happening. 2024, my New Year's resolution, play Shadow the Butthog. Enchanted Portals is a Cuphead clone, but with none of the... Oh, yeah, that one! Yeah, I watched, somebody talk about that, and how bad and poopy and not good it looked. Shadow the Butthog. So, yeah, I would absolutely do at least one funny little goof where I kill Allison on purpose. Because Allison's a good kid and wouldn't do that to me. No, Shadow the Butthog is a very different game. Not sure it's safe for Twitch. Thought you were about to say your resolution would be to play Shadow Legends. Like Raid Shadow Legends? I mean, now's a great time to let you know that this stream is sponsored. No, it's not. It's not. No, that game looks boring as hell. I gotta say. Like, oh no, Raid Shadow Legends isn't gonna sponsor me now. Heavens. But it looks like, games like that always look so boring to me. But, that's just my opinion, I guess. But yeah, I think that's everything we've got to chit-chat about today. Talked about Christmas and the New Year's and my new comic you should all read. It's really good and I like it a lot. Shadow the Butthog would be a great game to stream after Honey Pop, yeah. Twiins will sell out, but not to boring shit. Exactly. If I'm gonna sell out, it's like, well, at least make it a fun game. Raid looks boring, like the most basic RPG, but not fun. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It just looks so boring. It looks boring. Have it up in another tab right now. Well, I hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy yourself. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for stream today. I'm gonna play Pokemon or do some art. I'm gonna do one of those. And I should be back tomorrow, probably playing more Paper Mario. Either Paper Mario or Ocarina of Time, whichever one I decide I want to play. Or be fun about selling out like a cute song and dance number. I do appreciate people who make their little sponsored segments funny. I think Nikki Jakey might be the best. he's just a funny guy, and what can I say? Needs to be studied how turn-based combat becomes so boring as soon as it's on a phone. I know, well, it's because they make it so you have to grind for forever. So you keep playing, or you choose that you want to buy something. It's the mobile market is the problem. That they want you to play for all eternity and spend money on it. And how do you do that? Make it boring as sin. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Have fun. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Getting back into it. Back to work. Back to work here on stream. Back to work with the comics. Back to work at the back rooms. Working gals. That's what we all are. So yeah, have fun. Make smart choices. Eat your vegetables, drink your water, and don't forget that a New Year's resolution can't be failed as long as you try. If you're like, my resolution's go to the gym more often, and then you miss a week, or you miss a month of not going to the gym, hey, that's just a month. You got 12 more of those to get back onto it. So yeah, don't feel like a failure just because you make one mistake. Adios. Goodbye. You can't tell me what to do. You're right. Okay. See you on the flip side. Have a good one. Goodbye.